So here we are at Party Rock again above Lake Tahoe. We're going to take the trail around Sickle State Park to the ridge. Last May 2024, we tried this and there was snow about halfway through. And I think I said I would continue the video another time. So I think what I'll do is patch that video in for the first half of this trail since it has all the views, and patch that on to the end. Here is our view today of Lake Tahoe as we start out on the trail in Sickle State Park. We're basically above the gondola tram at the Nevada state line. It's always so beautiful up here. How can I resist taking more of the same views? And it's the middle of June 21st, actually, 2025. So there's quite a difference in the crowd level from last year when it was the middle of May and there was still snow up here. I'm not exactly sure where the snow was last year, but this sure looks familiar, like the first patch of snow we went over. We're on the north face of the mountain now, with Tahoe behind us and the Carson Valley ahead of us. So we're gonna keep going. This is another stretch where it looks familiar that it could have been where we crossed the first snow patch, but not sure. So right around one of these corners, and where we lost the trail in the snow. Pretty sure we weren't able to climb this hill last time. Lost the trail in the snow here. We may have been a little farther along than I thought because we're already here to the Tahoe Rim Trail intersection. Sickle is that way, and the Tahoe Rim Trail continues up this way. There's a nice rock overlook up there that I'll take in a second, but first of all, the elevation here, if you can see it, is 7777. Here it goes. And then the Tahoe Rim Trail continues south that way, north this way to the Kingsbury Grade. And now I'll get some video of this lookout up here. This is a ski lift the Nevada side of Heavenly Valley. It says North Bowl Express. And then you would ski over the mountain, probably take another lift all the way up there. I can see it at the top of the mountain, and down the other side is the California side of Heavenly, which is where we're staying at the Tahoe Seasons, right across the street. Lisa says that lookout was 3.9 miles from the Tahoe Seasons Resort around the mountain. So we've now continued to go south down the Tahoe Rim Trail towards the Ridge Resort. So I left my video camera at home. Trying to conserve as much space in our car as possible this time. But it's much harder to video on a phone. Although my phone does have 4K and actually 8K. So this should come out in 4K video. It's still so much easier to carry the small video camera because I don't have anything for my phone, like a stick or anything, because I don't use it for this that much. Gotta watch out for these bikers come through here. Hello. Good, how are you? Okay. The ski lifts are so neat coming up the mountain here. Dead in their tracks. So I almost just went down the wrong trail there. That's a dirt road, like a fire road or something. But the Tahoe Rim Trail is right up here. So just have to keep your eyes out for the big signs on the trees. trail signs. Because there are trails that go, or used to go, up that mountain. So it'd be easy to get on the wrong trail here at this intersection. But we've been over here before, so luckily have a little past experience. The Ridge Resort isn't too far from here, and then we have actually started a hike at the ridge and gone farther south on the Tahoe Rim Trail here towards a lake called Star Lake. We didn't make it down to the lake, so we're gonna try that one again someday when we can start at the ridge again. And if you keep going around the mountain, it goes to a spot called Big Meadow. I think that's about 18 miles or 16 miles around the Tahoe Rim Trail. So we were going to try that one time and take an Uber back. We'll see if that ever happens. But we did have a goal at one time of doing the whole Tahoe Rim Trail in parts. It would be, of course, neat to do it all at once. But we're not really backpackers. So we do 10 miles in and 10 miles out when we do these hikes. So it would take us a long time because I think it's 200, maybe over 200 miles or something around there, 180 to do the whole Tahoe Rim Trail. Another ski lift. I think I said 10 miles in and 10 miles back is what we usually do, but actually we usually go 5 miles in and 5 miles back to make it a 10-mile hike.
Yeah.
Because this elevation can get to you. 10 miles feels like 15. So let's see. That's where we've come from. So today will be about a 10-mile hike, 5 miles over and 5 miles back.
North, south. Oh yeah, Kingsburg South. Yeah, so that.
This must be the intersection that goes down to the ridge. That's what we're figuring out. So
Oh, Star Lake. Yeah, we didn't get.
here's where,
We probably only got maybe half to Star Lake last time.
yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, Big Meadow's 23 miles from here.
Oh, 23. So we made an executive decision to take the cutoff down to the ridge, since we said we were going to the Ridge Resort, instead of going farther on the Tahoe Rim Trail, which we can do another time. I thought it was closer to Star Lake, but it's 9 miles from this intersection, and we're still close to a mile from the ridge down here, so that would be a 10-mile hike one way from the ridge when we get to that one. And we wanted to get a view of the Carson Valley, which we haven't been able to yet. So we'll see if there's one from the ridge here. Another cutoff here. Let's stagecoach to go down to the ridge, which is right through the trees there. And it was a half a mile down from the Tahoe Rim Trail. Much better than a whole mile, since we have to walk back up this hill. And there's the Ridge Resort. We stayed there for a week one time. It reminds us of The Shining because there was nobody there and it was hallway after hallway.
Brian's head was like that too.
Uriah?
Brian head.
Oh, Brian Head
That
was.
one reminded me of The Shining.
Yeah, Brian Head was like The Shining too, because we went when nobody was there either.
Oh, when we stayed here, we left before a week because of the fires.
Oh yeah, there were fires. That's why
Yeah.
we only stayed a few days.
Yeah. So, keep going? Okay, let's go.
They have a nicely marked sign towards the Tahoe Rim Trail, right past the tennis court, kind of behind the resort. This resort has several buildings. Right here. Oh, here we go. Here's the view of the Carson Valley.
Oh, there's a fire?
Oh, there's
No, it's a different one.
a large fire over there.
Oh, no.
So I wish I had my video camera to get close up. So here we go. Let's see if we can get closer. The fire across the Carson Valley. There's another view of the Carson Valley from the Ridge Resort, and you can see the Kingsbury grade starting out down there to the left in the Carson Valley. We love staying down there in Genoa, which is further to the left, at the David Wally's resort. But here's the Ridge Club right here. So we're heading back. It was right about 5 miles from resort to resort around the mountain. And it was a very wise executive decision to come down to the Ridge Resort because they have very nice restrooms in the club there. The weather has turned cold and cloudy, and there's even a forecast of rain after 3 o'clock today, so we're gonna make it back before then. It's only a 30% chance, so it's probably not gonna be much. gonna do one of our favorite hikes today, straight from our resort, Tahoe Seasons, here in South Lake Tahoe, right across the street from Heavenly Valley parking lot. And we're gonna walk up this street. It's the resort. We'll walk up this street to the trail, which goes to Sickle State Park and up around the mountain to the Ridge Resort, which we've also stayed at before. So this is the resort to resort hike. Tahoe Seasons to the Ridge. Here's the trailhead. I believe that rock is called Party Rock. Sit on the other side and watch the sunset over Lake Tahoe. So that's where we came from, Saddle Road, only half a mile.
Tahoe Rim Trail junction's only 2.5 miles.
The Rim Trail,
Huh?
the Tahoe Rim Trail,
Yeah.
is only 2.5 miles
Yeah.
up
Like
here.
this ice.
See ya.
All right, have a nice day.
That's where the waterfall was. And this view, obviously spectacular. The casinos are down there. That's the state line, California and Nevada.
Nice cold handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
Never had snowy ones before.
Yeah.
It's a mountain, not have to do with any traffic.
Yeah. We have seen very few people and no bikes. And this is a common thoroughfare for mountain bikes. They actually make deliveries and stuff over the mountain this way and using other trails. From the Carson Valley to the east to Lake Tahoe here. Sure is, and we haven't seen any, we hardly ever see any bikes here. That's nice.
Oh, wow, yeah. But that's why I'm not seeing many people come this way.
Yeah. Still a lot of snow in the middle of May.
Oh.
That took a little time. Melting snow and ice made it hard, slushy, muddy. Huh, Lisa?
What?
Was muddy and slushy and hard and icy all at the same time.
I'm gonna get my handkerchiefs wet again.
Okay.
Where you are. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. George.
Little snow to go through.
Down. You want to.
So we ran into another hiker who had passed us earlier, and he turned around up here. He said there's too much snow to continue. Just a little ways ahead. We're gonna go as far as we can. Usually you can see the Carson Valley from that side of the trail, because this goes right around this mountain. It's really beautiful. So we'll have to take that video some other time. Yep. Well, they just got a late snow last weekend. It was like May 7th or something when it snowed. It's only the 12th or 13th today.
That would have been May 4th, 5th.
Oh, May 4th and 5th. Last weekend.
Unless you started back from the trail.
Oh, this might be it. Yeah, this looks like it's probably gonna be it. Can't see the trail anymore. Oh well. So this is our turnaround point. Can't see the trail. So we're gonna go back and go down into Sickle State Park more. There's other little waterfalls and trails down there.